Okay, welcome back, folks. Today, two big topics that we have to dive into today. Number one, the USA boys are taking a whole heck load of shit from liberals, and not just liberals, but people
Big media.
Yeah, people who don't like what they did. And then we're gonna talk about the Canada-USA game. Once again, I'm sorry, folks. This will be the last time that we discuss it, but we do need to get this out and off our chest. We're going to be diving deep into the game, walking through our experiences watching the game, and I think you guys will get a kick out of it. But let's start with the USA stuff. So just to give you the cliff notes on what's going on here, if you aren't aware, USA wins gold. They go into the room, instant party, beers, music, fun, laughs, the goggles. You saw it all. Next thing you know, who's that in the corner? Oh, it's fucking Kash Patel, director of the FBI. Okay. Little weird, but not too weird because he is a big hockey fan. So he's in there. Next thing you know, Donald Trump is on the phone with them, which he was also on the phone with them at the Four Nations, right? So that's not a new thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Donald Trump's on the phone with them on Kash Patel's phone, and he's, congratulations, guys, doing his thing. And the boys are obviously excited. They just won a game they should not have won. They just achieved basically their life goal. They're ecstatic. Trump's on the phone, and he makes some stupid-ass joke. What was it? About, you want to come to the White House and do the whatever the fuck it is.
He said, "Yeah, you guys."
But I'll have to invite the women's team too. Or I'll get impeached.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like
and then everyone laughed, and
so
then
stupid.
Everyone got upset.
Obviously, stupid fucking joke, like a joke that you'd make when you're 15 years old about the girls' team or something like that. Stupid joke, distasteful, but. I'm not talking about the Trump aspect of this. Whatever. I don't care what you guys think about him. It doesn't matter. I don't like any politician, so I'm not talking about that. But what I am talking about is the fact that all the boys, the USA team, got so much backlash and so much shit, mainly for laughing at that joke, right? That's what the big initial problem was.
I think
the fact that
and
they
then
laughed.
maybe just what that whole political agenda stands
right.
for.
So we'll get to that part of it. But I just want to address the fact that they laughed at the joke. So look, obviously stupid joke. We already know that.
Did you just laugh at the joke?
So listen, well, this is actually
what an inconsiderate piece of shit.
Good example. So this actually gets into what I'm going to say. First of all, I don't know if you've seen this. Charlie McAvoy came out with the sincerest apology.
The first guy
I've
actually
ever
was
heard.
Jeremy Swayman.
Okay. Well, McAvoy also did.
Yeah.
Sincere as fuck. Sincere as the day is long. Talked about how they were hanging out with the women's team till 3 a.m., congratulating each other. Nothing but respect for both teams. To be honest, the women's team was way better than the Americans team pound for pound. Like, they kicked the shit out of Canada.
Yeah.
USA was not capable of doing that, the men's team to Canada. Point of the story, they laughed, and people didn't like it. Okay, I understand. What I think people aren't seeing from the U.S. boys' perspective in that situation is you just won a gold medal. You barely won it. You were getting fucking peppered for 40 minutes, and you somehow won. You just got into the room. Your fucking dopamine receptors are on Mars right now. You're so excited. You're so happy. Beer's flying around. Kash Patel's right there. You don't even know why. Trump's on the phone. He could have said anything, and you would have been laughing your ass off. Doesn't matter what he said.
Yeah,
it could have been fucking anything, and you'd just be laughing, just like I was just laughing for no reason.
Yeah.
Because my energy's high.
Yeah.
And it's just a thing to do. They were laughing. Obviously, it doesn't look good. If I had a daughter and she was on that team, I would not be happy with those gentlemen, though. I'll say that. I wouldn't. It's not nice.
Yeah.
But you also need to look at it from their perspective. It's a moment where everything that they're feeling, everything they wanted, it's all came to fruition. Everything's going nuts, and you got Trump on the phone. It's just a crazy moment. They laughed. They shouldn't have. They apologized. Let's put that to bed. It's over. Then they go to the White House, right?
Yeah.
Air Force One flight. They accept the flight. They
Yeah.
accept the visit. And then people are upset about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Again, I'm not a fan of Trump. Not a fan of any politician. I think they're all dweebs and dorks. But I'll also say that not all these people, but some of the things that are being said about the boys on the U.S. team simply for accepting the invitation and being a part of that experience is completely unacceptable, folks. Like, I'm seeing some people, I'm not going to call out any names, but I'm seeing some people labeling these guys as bad humans and pieces of shit people and all of this stuff. Listen, first of all, you don't know these guys. Second of all, just because you hate this guy so much and you feel so entitled and so morally correct in your hatred for him, which you might be, doesn't mean it entitles you to put that same animosity and hate towards these guys who are not political commentators, not political enthusiasts. They're guys in their mid to late 20s, early 30s who have done nothing their entire lives but play hockey and dream about winning a gold medal for the USA. So to put your hatred for Trump and Kash Patel and all that stuff, which I'm not even saying isn't valid. I don't give a fuck. If you want to say you don't like them, I'll give you a megaphone. Screw them. What I'm saying is you can't put that same energy and hatred towards these guys who are just trying to have a moment, which has nothing to do with politics and everything to do with hockey. I think that's it. I think that's all I want to say on that.
Yeah. I think just wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Bad.
Yeah. I will say, I don't know why the fuck Kash Patel was in the room.
Honestly,
like, bad look, very strange, but
there should have been a no videotaping in the dressing room policy.
Seriously. Somebody dropped the ball in there. It was definitely not a good look. And again, I'm not going to get political. I'm not siding with Trump. I don't like Trump. I just said that, right?
Yeah.
I don't like the guy. I'm not a fan of him. I certainly don't like Kash Patel. But
it's a weird situation. It's just a weird situation.
Listen,
I think people are blowing it out of
proportion. The thing is, I
proportion.
can understand why people don't like those guys. I get it. Okay? And I don't have a problem with that. But stop throwing shit at the U.S. boys. Like, they're just trying to have a moment. And you've never been in that situation. And honestly, you can't say that, I would have done this differently or I would have done that because you've never been in the situation. So just let them have their moment. Let it be about hockey and just quit the shit. Go yell at them over there. Keep it out of our game, please. So yeah, that pretty much summarizes that part of the show. Now I want to get into the actual game that occurred last Sunday, and we're really going to get into the depths of this one. I'm sorry, folks, we're talking about it again. This will be the last time, but we need to have this conversation. We got to discuss whether Canada is on fire and if it's all over, if USA really is the new big dog, and we got a lot to talk about. So you were here watching it with the boys. I don't like to watch big games. Like, there's only really one game. There's only 2 hockey games that I've genuinely cared about in the last
16 years
since
2011.
since the last time Canada would have played competitively. So probably 2014, I guess.
Or no, hey,
2016.
the fucking Canucks playoff run.
Actually, I did care about that. Yeah.
We care
okay,
about that.
Well, just besides that blip in 23, I haven't genuinely gave a fuck about a hockey game. Even the Canucks, though, to be honest, cared way more about this Canada game
obviously.
than the Canucks game. That's not even really on the same.
International always will surpass.
It's not even really on the same fucking thing.
But I will say, like, I got to go to, I think, 3 or 4 playoff games during that run, and I was there for the Nashville Canucks first game.
Yeah.
And, like, that was a really cool feeling.
Yeah.
Like,
well, what I was just saying, though,
really
is I don't like to watch these big games with people. I like it. There's so much I'm feeling in those moments. I just like to be alone and take it all in. So first period happens, And as soon as Boldy split the D, Taze and Makar, I was like, fuck, like he really just walked right through them going at what? 5 miles per hour? Like he was not moving fast at all.
No, but I think Boldy's thing there is just like he's such a big body.
Well, dude, full credit to Boldy. Like, good for him. But, like, typically in the first period, what are we? Less than 10 minutes into play, he does a little flip up between what are supposed to be Canada's 2 best defensemen.
Yeah.
And he just, like, scoots by them like it's nothing. They crossed over as soon as he came through, and they just were like a step behind out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And he just took it right to the hoop.
No, I don't know. I mean, that could have just been like... That could have gone either way for either team. I think it was like super fresh in the game where it was like everyone's nerves are just fucking super.
Well, I just wanted to highlight that because it was obviously Canada's first mistake of the game, but it was also USA's best play of regulation, excluding the very first shift that they had when they hemmed Canada's first line in.
Yeah.
Which USA has done to every single team in that tournament.
Yeah.
I knew they were going to do that.
To be honest, I haven't been able to really rewatch anything from that game.
It's fine.
Like
even
I'll
take you through everything.
No,
right
I know.
now.
I saw it
Yeah.
with my fucking eyes.
Yeah,
But I
okay.
just mean like I can't relive it, unfortunately, because it was heartbreaking.
Yeah, well, I got over it. Like,
I'm over it.
I got over it after 48 hours or whatever.
I was actually genuinely depressed the following day. Genuinely.
Yeah. Well, I think all of Canada was. And, you know, the thing that's tough is
It was our fucking
well, it's all
our title to lose.
It's all we got. Like, so much has changed in Canada over the past since from when I was a little kid to I'm 26 now. So much has changed about the country and how people feel about the country. You know what I mean? There's not the same level of pride that there used to be. At least that's what it felt like when I was a little kid. And this was the last thing that like I will always and still am. Every Canadian, I think I can speak for, will always be so proud of how good we are at hockey and how we win and how we always find a way to get it done. Specifically against the fucking U.S. And so when that happened, when Hughes scored, it was like, oh, it just sucks so bad.
I'll be honest, though.
Like,
I said this to somebody. I'm glad.
It's painful.
I'm glad it was fucking Jack Hughes over fucking one of the Kachucks. Straight up. If one of the Kachucks scored that golden goal,
I can agree with
we
that.
would have never fucking heard the end of it.
No, I can totally agree with that. I actually, to be honest, I think if there was anybody on the team who I would have been able to choose to score, it would have been Jack.
Yeah. Yeah, you were really liking his tournament.
Dude, he had a great fucking tournament. And honestly, I felt... So Quinn came out and said something along the lines of, oh, everybody's a fucking idiot, like in media. Like, they have no idea what's going on. Jack's taken so much shit over the past few years. Like, whatever. He went through an injury. He was saying how people don't know what it's like to deal with that. He comes back from injury and he's playing, and people assume that he should be back to being what he was, having no idea how he's feeling. And that's so fucking true. And I'm guilty of that.
Everybody's guilty.
Everybody's guilty of that. So I just wanted to highlight that because I don't know. I just think it's such a beautiful thing, seeing a big brother stand up for his little brother, and then that little brother having a moment like that.
No, I think it was
on top of how dominant he was throughout the entire game. Because he was what, second in points? But even if he wasn't second in points, he was without a doubt from the moments that I was watching in the USA games, he was generating the most offensive chances just through puck possession and keeping plays alive, and it was beautiful. Like, I didn't really see him make any mistakes, which is a complete 360 watching him in the Four Nations, where every time he touched the puck was a fucking mistake.
Yeah.
Completely different. It was like a completely different player out there. But again, all the judgment he was getting during the Four Nations, that was when he was post-injury.
Yeah.
Obviously not feeling his best.
Yeah.
So good for Jack. Good for Quinn. Quinn almost got it fucking a minute before.
Yeah,
remember
the
that?
Bennington save?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
See, this is another thing, right? Like, there's all this Bennington lore. And it's like 3-on-3 starts. He makes that save a minute in. I'm starting to feel like, oh shit, it's real.
Yeah.
Like the hype is real. You can't score on this guy in OT.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like, I got really confident. And then we made that play. Everybody's seen the video.
Here, I want to take a step back here.
Sure.
Because I want to talk a little bit more about like in between here. Going into the third period specifically,
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever felt more calm in the last 3 games that Team Canada played. Like as a fan watching the game, because the momentum that we had coming into the second period after we kind of got fucked in the first.
Well, Makar scored in the second, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, end of second.
But I just mean like going into the third period.
Yeah.
It was 1-1. Yeah.
Well, dude.
Or was it 1-1?
Yeah, because Makar scored at the end of the second.
Yeah. So going into that third period, like I said, I've never felt more calm.
Well, bro, it was a shit pattering. Like any American who...
Yeah, I couldn't imagine
any
how
American...
or if you're a diehard real American fan,
I would have been shitting
I couldn't
myself.
imagine how they felt.
I would have been shitting myself.
Because
I would have been so happy, A, that we're going to OT, and B, that it's 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Because you have a genuine
Yeah.
shot. If it was... and again, I'm not making excuses. USA won fair and square. You guys are the champs. But if that was 5-on-5, and you just carried and followed the trend, Canada was winning that game.
Yeah.
100%.
Well, yeah, going into 3-on-3 OT really evened the playing field, without a doubt.
yeah.
Like it kind of started back.
Yeah, because
it was a tie game, but I just mean like
it opens everything up, and it doesn't matter. Like
it didn't matter who had the momentum.
Canada was
going into
dominating.
that.
Canada was dominating 5-on-5.
Yeah.
They had a system. It was working. Everything was going. USA was generating 0 chances, maybe a couple, but Canada was generating a chance. It felt like every 2 minutes, a really solid chance. You go into 3-on-3 OT. Doesn't matter how much you're getting outplayed, because the second that Canada fucks up on a chance and you get the puck, it's just a completely different game. And that's why I say USA deserved the win, because Canada made 3 mistakes on that goal that Jack scored, and the US capitalized. 3 mistakes that I honestly am still astonished that even happened. Like, again, I hate to be hard on guys, especially the 3 best players in the world, but fuck me, were those some bad mistakes. First of all, on 3-on-3 in a situation like that, I'm not sure what Cooper said to them, but you would assume he probably said, listen, boys, we're not even playing hockey anymore. We're playing football. And it's like when the other team gets the possession, it's a huge deal. It matters way more when the other team gets the possession in 3-on-3 than in 5-on-5. But just let me finish this part and then you can go. Seeing McDavid, every time he got the puck out there, what did he do?
See, though,
He tried to go end to end every single time.
I personally, don't get me wrong, I think that's a big mistake. But I don't.
I'm just saying, there was no risk management or strategy. I would have assumed Cooper was like, listen, boys, what we want to do is we want to open them up. Like, let's hold on to the puck for the whole fucking 20 minutes until we have an opportunity that is so good, so wide open, we're ready to pull this trigger.
Yeah, they kind of blew their load.
McDavid had a rush, which was like, what, maybe a 10% chance of converting at best, just because it's him, 1v3. As soon as you lose possession, McDavid's behind the net. Now we got a 3-on-2. Puck pops out. Makar needs to fucking get that, because he's got 2 options. You can either start backpedaling
He
and
should
just
have
play it
backpedaled.
safe 2-on-2.
This is what I was going to say is the
or
biggest mistake.
You pinch.
The biggest mistake on that play, in my opinion, is Cale Makar. That's the...
Yeah.
If I had to rank...
the only problem with that is if it worked and he was so close. It was such an even...
Like, if you had to rank the 3 fuck-ups on that play, what would you rank from 1 to 3? Like,
okay, well, it's really hard.
Go 3 to 1 as far as the... Or no, go from worst to best.
It's really hard to do that, because I don't even think it's 1v3. It's like Makar was only in that situation because McDavid put him in that. And then McKinnon was only in that situation because Makar put him in that.
But I think what McDavid did wasn't technically that fucked.
Well, I'm just
like, it was.
This is why I'm tying it back to Cooper, because I think as the coach, like, you need to turn into Bill Belichick. Like I said, you're playing football now. You're not playing hockey. It's all about possession. Yeah. And you need, like, you have the speed, you have the skill to open these guys up. All you need is one of them to bite, and they miss the bite, and now you have an opportunity, a high scoring percentage opportunity. The problem was when Canada had the puck, they were shooting on low scoring percentage opportunities. The only opportunities US shot on net in that overtime were high scoring percentage opportunities. And that's why they won. They beat us strategically in overtime.
Well, dude,
The Quinn Hughes shot and the Jack Hughes shot.
That overtime was literally 2 seconds.
I know, but it's all we got to work off of. It was, I think, 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But like, do you not see what I'm saying? Like if Cooper was like, listen, boys, McDavid, McKinnon, and McCarr, I know, Connor, I know that you can go end to end, but we need puck possession right now. Let's hold on to the puck for 20 fucking minutes and not shoot until the percentage chance that we score is so high that it would be retarded not to shoot. That's what they should have done. That's what I wish they'd done, but didn't go that way.
No.
So to answer your question, I wouldn't rank it like that. I hold Cooper accountable for that.
Yeah. I mean, if I had to, I would go, I think number one biggest mistake is Cale Makar making that pinch, because you can't.
McKinnon or McDavid would have had a breakaway though if it worked. Like you could say his pinch made more sense.
McDavid would have had a breakaway?
Yeah.
Buddy, they were in the offensive zone.
You haven't seen, bro.
I've seen.
This is Makar. This is
dude,
Hughes.
McDavid was
Werenski's
like in the
right
corner
here.
still, dude.
McDavid's right here.
Buddy, McDavid was still in.
Look it up right now. You'll see it. I've looked at this a million times. If Makar pokes that.
Talk in the mic.
If Makar pokes this, McDavid is right here in front of the net, and he's going to have a breakaway. So in terms of risk reward,
what are
you could say.
About? Are you talking about the offensive zone? Like, what are you talking about a breakaway?
There was only one play where Makar pinched.
Yeah.
Yeah. And McDavid is right here, ready to receive that pinch. Makar pinches. McDavid is right here, ready to receive that pinch. So if Makar pinches successfully, the puck goes like this, McDavid's coming out, breakaway. Okay. Look it up right now. You can see it on your phone.
Yeah, no, I watched it. I thought what happened was McDavid went in 1-on-3.
Yeah.
We're talking about
which happened.
Overtime, correct?
Yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
Yes, we're talking about overtime.
And then what happened was Jack Hughes got the fucking puck behind the net. Or Quinn Hughes got it.
No.
Or someone got it, and they pass it to fucking one of the Hugheses or something.
McDavid goes on.
Makar goes in, pinches.
Yeah.
McDavid's still like in the corner, I'm pretty sure.
I'm telling you he's not. You can look at it right now and see it. McDavid's right here. And it wasn't Hughes, it was Werenski. McDavid is around the net because that's where he loses puck possession. Then he's behind the net. Werenski's right here making this pass, and you can see McDavid's right here. If Werenski's here, McDavid's here, Makar's here. And so in terms, the whole point of this argument is in terms of risk reward, you could say that Makar's decision making on that play had a higher reward percentage than McDavid's decision making to try to go 1v3. So I don't know. I just don't think McDavid should have gone 1v3, and I don't think that
McDavid was at the circle. The top of the circle.
That's what I'm saying. So if that, you can see if Makar pinches that puck, it goes right to McDavid's stick and he's got a breakaway. So that's what Makar was trying to do. So that's why I'm saying I don't hate what he was trying to do too much. Like,
I don't know.
That makes more sense to at least try to do than McDavid trying to go 1v3.
No.
What the fuck are you talking about, dude? No. Yes. How? Okay, why?
What do you mean why?
Explain why.
To your point before, like it's overtime. That's like the biggest Russian roulette gamble on Makar's behalf. That's very selfish to do that early in overtime.
Bro, selfish. The most selfish play on that play was McDavid going 1v3.
No, I think so, but it's just like, what's better? A fucking 3-on-2 or a fucking 3-on-1?
Well, I'm just saying. I'm not trying to validate the pinch. I'm just saying, you asked me what was the biggest mistake. I'm saying it starts with Cooper for the whole strategy of how that all went down. And then it goes to McDavid because I don't think he should have done that. He didn't need to do that. And then Makar, it would have been nicer if he just backpedaled and we could have defended it cleanly. But if that did work, McDavid would have had a breakaway. And he wouldn't have even been in that fucking situation if McDavid didn't do what he did.
It doesn't matter if.
And the whole point, it was a higher percentage of working out than what McDavid just tried before that. That's why I'm just saying McDavid messed up more than
I think
McCarr did.
McDavid's is way lower risk if everyone just played their position properly and did what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, you could say it's lower risk.
I'm
It's
just
lower
saying, that's
risk
just
than
all.
what McCarr did, but it's
Like I think I'm just saying, me personally, I think McCarr.
there's a lower success rate, is what I'm saying,
Yeah,
for
I'm
what
just
McDavid
saying-
did versus what McCarr did.
I
Almost.
beg to differ, kind of.
You think there's a higher likelihood? Okay, this is what you're saying then. You're saying you think there's a higher likelihood that McDavid is going to score successfully 1v3
I think they're
than
both,
McCarr
no, I
successfully
think they're
hitting
both,
that pinch.
I think they're both. Well, fuck.
What do you think's more likely to happen? Do you think it's that's it? Just answer that. Is it more likely that McDavid goes 1v3 and scores, or is it more likely that McCarr beats Jack to that pinch and then McDavid scores on the breakaway?
Yeah, I feel like the correct answer would be the pinch. But
Yeah,
in that
that's
case,
all I'm
it was
saying.
the most ugly fucking pinch, and it was just painful
Yeah,
to watch.
I'm not.
Here, all I'm gonna say is this: McCarr,
Sure.
worst. That was the worst thing in my opinion on that play. I think that was the biggest mistake.
Okay, well,
I
we
think-
haven't even gotten to McKinnon yet,
Yeah, well, and then I'm gonna say,
which was I don't even know what happened there.
yeah, but it's just he's
What did you think of it?
Yeah, it was sad to see.
Like, what did you think? Like when you saw it?
I think people.
Because I was
need
in
to-
fucking disbelief.
Well, it looked
I
like
genuinely
it looked like McKinnon got roughed up in
I
one of those earlier
genuinely-
games.
I genuinely could not believe my eyes when I saw it happen. Have you ever seen McKinnon get knocked off the puck like that? Ever?
No, especially
Never.
by like Werenski. He's not like a small guy, but he's not like
He's
McKinnon's
not.
definitely more alpha
I've seen
male.
McDavid drop or McKinnon drop guys like they're nothing.
Yeah.
But you know what? Because I was so curious. Like I when I was rewatching the game, I looked at that play over and over and over again. You know what I think it was? So he's in a puck battle for that puck with Werenski, right? And it's like knowing McKinnon's skating ability, he could beat Werenski. If he committed 100% and was like, that's my fucking puck, he's going to win that puck battle. No problem. He's got better skating than Werenski. As good as Werenski is, McKinnon can beat him to that puck. And he was actually closer to the puck than Werenski was. The problem was he was aware, because of the situation McCarr just put him in, of the fact that he's got Dylan Larkin right in front of him and he's got Jack Hughes right here. So McKinnon's thinking in his head, what's the smart decision here? Is the smart decision gamble like McCarr just did and go for this puck and take it, which I probably can? Or should I kind of play like defense mode and start to contain? Those are like the thoughts that are going through his head in that moment. The problem was it looked like at first, the first millisecond, it looked like he chose to go for the puck. And then right as he kind of had Werenski beat, it looked like he started to think and be aware, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah.
And then in that moment where he hesitates, he gets pushed off. And then that's what happened.
I mean,
it's really hard to blame a guy.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to deal with that in your head all in that moment like that. Like that's
thing
tough.
Let's end it off with just quickly talking about trade stuff.
Okay. Well, last year was pretty fun, and I'm anticipating probably some shit like that to happen again. To be honest, I watched the Sharks last night. Super disappointing performance. I'm really hoping that they make it into the playoffs. I'm not confident that they will. I'm hoping they will. I don't think they're going to make any additional moves.
There's been talk that they might
I hope
flip
they do.
Sherwood.
Really? After one game? Has he only played one game?
Maybe. Yeah, one game.
Wow.
Just because
it's a little harsh.
It's not that. It's he wants to play in San Jose. He says, but I think it comes down to if they can extend him or not. If they feel like they can't extend him before the deadline, I feel like they might flip him.
Well, I got to say, I got real excited last night when you said that him and Mac and Will were playing together, and I watched the game, and I love all three of those guys, but it was not enjoyable to watch. Let's just say that.
Well, when I
it was not
texted
fun.
you that, I guess you probably weren't watching the game at the time.
I turned it on as soon as he texted me that, so I watched like the entire game.
So like when I watched the first
2 minutes in.
Yeah, when I watched the first 2 minutes of their like 2 or 3 shifts they had, I thought, yeah, that line was sick because you have
it is a sick line.
You have Sherwood just going around banging the body.
They just didn't.
They seem to be in the center of the ice.
They just didn't. It's not that they played bad. It's just they just couldn't get anything going at all. But what's the coach's name? Warsofsky?
Yeah.
Warsofsky ended up separating them.
Yeah.
By the end of the game. Mac had a tough game too. I think he's probably, you got to remember, he's only 19. He's probably fucking
exhausted.
You want to say you were depressed? Imagine what that kid's feeling like.
Dude, I can't imagine. I feel the worst for Nathan McKinnon personally.
Yeah.
Like as a guy who's so intense, I can't imagine how that guy feels.
It probably feels like the weight of fucking everything. Like
I do feel for McKinnon.
I don't know.
I feel really bad.
You have to say as him, like if I was talking to him, like if he was my friend, I'd be like, you just got to say fuck it and like move on because it's not a big deal. But that's really tough because it is a fucking huge deal.
Yeah.
But it's over now. Like it's
no, you can't,
one of those things where it's not like you're not good at hockey. It's just
how it goes.
That moment was not your moment. That's it.
It just sucks though because he was like a victim of like 2 huge turning points in the game. And I feel like that's going to haunt him.
Yeah, but you know what? Like any real hockey fan is not going to hold him.
No.
In any bad, like I don't give a fuck. Who cares? Like I did my recap and I pointed out the mistakes,
dude,
but
I'm surprised.
I'm not like saying like nobody is saying screw Nathan McKinnon.
Surprised we haven't seen any fucking boneheads ask that guy fucking some dumb question like McDavid got asked by fucking.
He plays in Colorado. They probably don't even know. They probably don't even understand like.
I think
Colorado's
like probably pretty. Well, no, I think
I'm just saying,
Canadian media, they just ask dumbass questions.
I will give Canadian media, like they do understand how it works.
Yeah.
That question he asked, it's an understanding of how it works.
Yeah.
But like, fuck. You see the questions Celebrini was getting asked in San Jose?
Yeah. Would you want to play in the Olympics in 4 years? Nah. No, I don't want to.
I couldn't believe it. There was more than that too, dude.
No, I don't want to play.
I was like, what the fuck are they? Who are these people? And it's not even their fault, like clearly, but like you don't have any fucking hockey correspondent. Like, hey, brother, not the question to ask. At least like literally.
To be honest, I feel like
literally
we're not
pound for pound dumbest question.
We're not in like we've never fucking been in a media scrum like where we're holding and asking a player a question.
And I never would ever. I never
would.
But
I just mean like that is those are the types of questions that I would expect us to ask if we had zero train. I'm just saying like maybe because we're like shocked in the moment. And
buddy, no. I'm
just saying
that is not inexperience with media. That is zero fucking understanding.
No, I'm just saying like
how hockey
maybe like
works.
I'm like scared to ask the question live on the fucking TV, and then I
guess.
ask them,
but I would imagine you have your. I've never done this, and I never would. But I would imagine as a media person, you probably have your question planned out for the day, don't you?
I mean,
like
you would
probably
think,
have it written down, and you're like,
oh,
okay. So this guy wrote this thing down at like 8:00 in the morning while he's drinking coffee.
Do you?
And he's
like, play in the Olympics?
Do you want to play again in 4 years at the Olympics? Yeah, that's the good one. Like, I don't understand how that. Like, sorry, bud, if you're listening, but fuck, that's worse than Spector's question. That's like,
no.
It is because it's like you just have no idea how this shit works.
No, yeah,
but it's okay. We all make mistakes. We learn. We grow.
Yeah. Let's just quickly touch on the Canucks trade talk. Do you think? Like, it'd be really nice if
sell the house, baby.
If everyone leaves. I mean, they sat Tyler Myers. You saw, like the last game.
Yeah,
probably to just.
I got a feeling he might go to Edmonton, but he's kind of expensive, isn't he? Actually, not anymore.
Like $3 million. Yeah.
No,
you know what?
He can go to Edmonton.
I was actually hoping that Tyler Myers stays for the rebuild in Vancouver because he seems like a good leader or like a good older guy.
Yeah, he'd be a good captain, to be honest, at the end of his career.
But
Canucks are fucked, man. There's nothing there. It's the biggest nothing team in the league, and I will shit on them forever, honestly. Like and when I say that, I'm not talking about the players. I love those boys. They're fucking great dudes, great hockey players, but the management is who the management out to fucking lunch.
Yeah. I wonder, I'd really, really love to see Brock Besser go to Minnesota. Just because obviously he's from Minnesota, and
I'd love to see him go to fucking any team that is good.
It just seems it seems like him and Quinn were like really good buddies though. Like I'd like to see Garland.
Minnesota would be fine, but they are so fucking heavy on the right wing. They don't need him.
What about a Garland?
Garland is he's a right wing, so he's not going to Minnesota. Minnesota's good on the wings. They need a center. Minnesota's going to pick up Vinny Trocheck or Robert Thomas, because those are like the two big name centers available. I think it'll be Detroit and Minnesota in on those two, because Detroit and Minnesota both need. Like, you look at Detroit, their number one center is Dylan Larkin.
Dude, I personally think my hot take, and I think this is a hotter take than fucking Petey going to fucking Anaheim. I think Petey to Detroit. Like, Detroit has cap space. I just think with Petey going to Detroit, I think I've heard lots of people talk about it. It's that the truth is Pettersson needs to change his scenery, and I think Detroit has success with some Swedish players.
What do you think you're going to get back for Pettersson?
I mean,
realistically, why the fuck does it make sense for Detroit to take on his contract at $11 million? Basically.
Well, that's the thing.
Then depending on how high of a risk they see that, what the fuck's Van going to get back?
Okay, I was listening to 32 Thoughts.
Third round pick? Second round pick?
I was listening to 32 Thoughts today. They said people are obviously asking for salary to be retained on Vancouver's end.
Oh, I bet.
And Vancouver is not wanting to do that.
I bet.
And then I saw in Real Kipper and Born, they said that like they're probably going to try going for like, a good prospect and first overall pick, and that's what I think Kyprios was saying. Like, he would. Even
that sounds like it's such a risk for a GM. Put yourself in his shoes. That's your job. That is such a fucking risk because if it doesn't work out, you look like the biggest fucking idiot in the world.
I mean,
if you give up a good prospect and a first round pick for Elias Pettersson at $11 million, and he continues on for the rest of his career putting up 50 points a year, he's great defensively, but that's just not what you're.
Yeah, I mean, I just think with Pettersson,
that price tag.
I think with Pettersson, it either has to be someone has to take on the full responsibility of Elias Pettersson, or the Canucks just need to fucking swallow the pill and just let it ride out.
I don't know. I think Anaheim would be a good place, just because I don't know. I think the youth there would be good for Petey. It's like a new vibe. It's a city that doesn't really give too much of a fuck about hockey, to the extent that it's like they're aggressively in your face, and they need to move Minchikov because he kind of wants to go. He's a 22-year-old offensive.
It's crazy that they're prioritizing
Zellweger above him. And he's playing third pair minutes.
Yeah,
that's why he wants to go.
Like, you would think, like, based on a person who doesn't know too much about the Anaheim Ducks,
I would have said the same thing.
I would think that Minchikov is like the guy I would rather
over Zellweger.
Yeah,
that's what I would have thought as well. But it hasn't been the case, and he needs to fly. And I think if he does get to fly somewhere, he'll be good. So I really think there could be something. Petey and Minchikov. I think there could be something there.
Yeah,
because Minchikov wants to go. They got to send
him.
To be
honest,
when they could use a guy like Petey, they really could.
When I rip franchise mode, and this year always comes up, I'm always getting fucking Minchikov when I'm the Vancouver Canucks GM.
Yeah, he's probably like 90 overall too in that game. By this,
no, like by this time he's like.
So you got the new game? Do you got the new game?
I got the new game.
Oh, yeah. I got the old I got an old game.
But yeah. Okay, how about with Kevin Fiala being injured now? And then them just...
L.A.?
Yeah.
Oh, gosh. That team's just
But wait,
fucked.
wait,
I don't
hold
know
on,
why they
hold
got
on.
Panarin.
Did you not see the fucking goal that they scored? Like the fucking dope-ass play?
The one goal?
I guess they only get one goal.
Against their 8?
Did they lose 8-1?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Well, that was a sick goal. That was a sick goal. It was Panarin, Kempe.
I'm glad they got a sick goal. I didn't see it.
Panarin, Kempe, and who would be the next?
Panarin, Kempe.
Who would be the next big dog?
Well, Panarin,
Kopitar?
Kempe. Kopitar is probably maybe Byfield.
Yeah, I don't know. But 3 of them, it was a sick goal.
Well, yeah. That's too bad.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying here
Didn't
is
end
like
great.
with Fiala's done for the season, so like that frees up cap space.
Bro, I just think.
Do you think they're going to add someone pretty sick? Like, or do you think they just do nothing?
I don't. They moved Greentree to get Panarin. So if that's their like, if that was their black chip to deal to get somebody good, the fuck are they gonna do now?
Yeah, actually, fuck it.
Like,
It's Ken Hall.
I don't know. They might have a prospect that I'm not thinking of, but I don't know. Like LA is like, it's one of the worst positions to be in my opinion, just because like.
You're there, but you're not.
Well, like, yeah, what's the point of going to the playoffs every year if you're just out in the first round every fucking year, man? Like, every goddamn year. Like, clearly, like, I don't know. I don't know when the time is where it's like, it's obviously a hard thing to do if you're actually running the team, but at what point do you just go, you know what? This clearly ain't fucking working. Why don't we just blow this shit up, sell it for parts, and restart? Like, when does that just become the thing? Another team that I think might be considering that, or I think should be, is the Winnipeg Jets. And dude,
the thing is though, is
think of the quick fucking rebuild they could have with those big dogs. Selling Helly for parts, Connor, Morrissey, Scheifele. These are all old guys towards the end of their careers. You could fucking have you could turn into like the fucking second becoming of the San Jose Sharks or the Chicago Blackhawks in like 1 year if you dealt all those guys out. I'm just saying. I'm not even saying that it's the right thing to do, but like when do you just pull the trigger on that? Like when is it like, look, I'm done going to the first round and the second round. Like this team can't get over the hump. And when is it time to just say, fuck it, let's sell this shit for parts and let's rebuild from scratch? When does that happen? Toronto Maple Leafs, another team that should be considering that. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I would, like.
Steve Dangle actually wants Matthews gone.
Yeah. Yeah, he fucking does. He sure does. Fuck. Well, look, I don't think Matthews wants to be there much longer. I couldn't imagine he does. I couldn't imagine being Canadian on the flip side of this and like having to deal with that. You know what I mean? Like it's just, it can't be enjoyable. It's like you're playing in hostile territory. And they're all hostile with you. And they're like putting up like negative articles about you and stuff.
I think they just need to. That's gonna. You'd really hope that everyone shuts up about that by next week because it's not.
I get it, but it's just, I don't know. From the human perspective, that's not something that you forget. Because for media, it's just whatever. It's from the media's perspective, they're like, whatever. Like, they don't think about the human side of it. They just put it out because it's what they do. But for Austin, there's a whole fucking soul in there that's like, oh, wow. So I win the gold medal in the USA and I just go to the fucking White House because they put me on the fucking Air Force One and now I got to deal with all this shit
the headline,
just for being
Austin
there.
Matthews prioritizes.
That's what I mean.
Partying and going to the White House over trying to make the playoffs.
That's what I mean. Like imagine being Austin. Like holy fuck, man. All right, wow. Like,
well, dude,
everybody talks about Austin needs to show loyalty to Toronto. What fucking loyalty is Toronto showing to him?
I want to see a hairline.
Load of horse shit.
I want to see a hairline time lapse
from when he got there.
Of when he got drafted. I feel like maybe he always had a bit of a cooked hairline, but I'd really love to see his hairline progressively.
I really don't think it was Trump. I think he just naturally, his pops is bald, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I think he just naturally was going that way.
Yeah.
But I think he suits it. I think he looks like a G.
Yeah.
He's always wearing hats anyway.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah. Any other quick trade shit? I saw on the Sportsnet list that I thought was interesting was Jasper Wallstead.
Yeah, I saw that as well. Yeah.
Which is why I threw it in the for intro clip.
Yeah, I don't know where that stems from, but I mean, when you think about it, from Garen's perspective, if you have already made the decision in your mind that Gustafson's going to be your number one and you want another fucking asset, would it be worth it to move Wallstead?
They have the Czech goalie too. That Czech prospect?
Havlak.
Yeah.
Would it be worth it to move Wallstead for a Robert Thomas coming into your second line? And then, if you're St. Louis, you're moving Binner to somewhere.
And then Edmonton.
You swap Binner with Wallstedt, and then Minnesota gets Robbie Thomas. That's a win-win-win for everybody.
Do you think the Edmonton Oilers will be in on Binnington at all, or do you think Binnington doesn't go?
This just came to me right now. I think there's going to be a three-way trade between Edmonton, Minnesota, and St. Louis. And I think Parayko is going to be in it too, to Edmonton. Retained salary. Because Wallstedt is super fucking valuable. That could revamp.
Honestly,
that could revamp what St. Louis has got going on.
St. Louis
a goalie
isn't
like him.
in as bad a shape as much people think. Because if
what
they
I'm
just
saying.
get rid of the guys like
In their
Binnington,
core,
get a good goalie like Wallstedt.
in their
you
core,
keep Holloway, you keep Kyrou,
Jake
Snuggerud,
Neighbors,
Broberg.
I had them making playoffs this year. I love the team.
Yeah.
I think it's a great group. But yeah, that could kind of work out for everybody. Even if I would love it if St. Louis retained some salary on Parayko because he's making 6.5. But if they retained some salary on him and sent him and Binner to Edmonton somehow, and then Minnesota gets Robbie Thomas because that's what they need. Eriksson Ek is their first line center right now. Yeah. That's a problem. So Robbie Thomas replaces Marco Rossi, and then who goes to St. Louis? Wallstedt. So Edmonton gets Parayko and Binner. Edmonton gets Parayko and Binner.
Yeah. Oh,
St. Louis gets Wallstedt. Robbie Thomas goes to Minnesota, and then you can just fill up the picks and whatever, the additionals on top of that. But that would make me so fucking happy for the NHL.
I'm slowly becoming an Edmonton Oilers fan.
Well, I'm not a fan of the Edmonton Oilers, but I am just a fan of McDavid winning a cup.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
I'm becoming a fan because of McDavid.
Yeah, if I could say my top 5 things that I really want to see happen this year and really any year, it would be, I couldn't put Sid at I'd have to go McDavid Cup number 1, Sid with another deep run number 2, San Jose with a competitive first round, games. Imagine San Jose in 7 games against whoever.
Edmonton.
I was gonna say New York Islanders, but you know what? I'm happy for Schaefer, but I don't really care too much. I don't really care to see them do too much in the playoffs. I'm not. I like Horvat. I like Schaefer.
Barzal.
I like Barzal, but I don't know. Even with Schaefer, obviously they're more entertaining, but I still don't see them as a serious playoff threat yet. I'm trying to think of other teams I'd like to see do some damage. It'd be nice to see Minnesota actually get through a round. That'd be cool. That's about it. My brain's empty.
Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna keep trying to do this weekly, right?
Yeah, we did it last week.
We're fucking 2 weeks straight here.
If you guys like these, do let us know because we enjoy doing them, but that you guys see, they're not.
We're
not the biggest podcast in the world here.
Get 10 people watching it.
Yeah. So if you are one of those 10 people, let us know. If you want us to keep doing it, let us know, and we will keep doing it. Because sometimes we do need a little kick in the arse, specifically for doing this. But we do enjoy doing it. But if we know that you guys really want us to do it, then we actually have a reason to do it every week, and we're not just out drinking beers on the patio talking shit,
Yeah.
So that pretty much wraps it up. I hope you guys enjoyed the experience with us, and we'll see you next Friday or Saturday.